So we got another episode here on the Doll Circle, and we're doing Doll Chat, which you guys have been watching the past couple weeks. We do really listen to all of the comments that you guys post. So today we're going to actually pick one of the comments that one of the viewers left us as a recommendation for our Doll Chat video. And Rob actually read it, and it was one, I feel like it's something that a lot of people can relate to also.
So this subscriber left a comment that she was 15 and she wanted to tell her friends that she collected dolls, but she was afraid that they think she's a freak. So she was wondering what she should do and how she should tell them. So first of all, if they're your friends, they have something in common with you or something you guys share that you're friends, and you shouldn't be scared to tell them what you like. Even if they don't necessarily like it themselves, you shouldn't be scared and they should accept it.
I feel like one thing when you do, like Robin was bringing up, is that when you do tell your friends, just say, like, obviously do it with confidence, and that was one thing that Ron brought up that I thought was like the best point, because when you do it like, hey, I'm really into this and I'm really proud of myself and I really like doing this, whatever it is, whether it's toy collecting or something else, I feel like people actually do listen to you a little bit more. It's like,
or they respond positively.
They respond more positively to it as well.
Even if they themselves do not like it, if you are, you have to, like, you don't have to sell them on it, but you kind of have to sell it, like, oh, I like Monster High dolls, or I like this thing and I collect them. But if you're like, so guys, I like these dolls, what do you think? That may, even though they don't treat negative, it's kind of just like, well, if you're not really happy about it, or if you don't feel like if you're ashamed of it, you know, then it's not as fun and not as
because if you're unsure,
inviting.
If you're unsure in yourself, then people are going to be unsure in you.
Yes.
You know.
Like here's an example for, it's not for toys, but say your friends are like all into sports, but you like anime, and then you go to your friends and be like, oh hey, I'm gonna go do the anime club, and they're like, oh, that's stupid. Well, it doesn't really matter, because as long as you like it, why does it matter to them?
Yeah, and if, like I said, if they're really your friends, they will appreciate and understand that you like something that maybe they're not into. I mean, even if it's someone who's not your friend that you're telling, and if it's whether it's their same age, your parents, or coworkers, or whoever. I mean, people, if they're not into toys at first, they're going to be like, interesting that you like toys, this is different. But I feel like, again, if you're really excited about, people feed off of it. I mean, people ask me all the time when my other job's like, oh, what else do you do? And I'm like, oh, I do, doll stuff, and I do YouTube stuff. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I have a whole room full of dolls, which is now turning into a house full of dolls. And people are like, oh, wow, you're like, and they see that, like, people have told me, like, wow, you're really, like, excited about this. And then they feed off of that. And they're like, oh, that's great, good for you, People feed off positive if you're positive.
Exactly. Like, if you are selling this cup, and you're like, so this cup, I have this cup, do you want to buy this cup? No one's going to buy it. But if you're like, oh, this cup's amazing, it makes everything taste great, and I just love it so much, then people are like, alright, there's something about this cup.
Yeah, like, people will definitely, again, the biggest thing that we're trying to push right now is, or like, let you guys kind of know, is like, if you're confident, people feed off of that. If you're positive, people feed off of that. Like, they respond in a positive way back.
Exactly, and in the worst case scenario, those people do think you're a freak or whatever, then they probably aren't your real friends anyway. And there are lots of people your age, older, younger, who like the things you do. And, with the internet and YouTube, there's a whole community there you can connect to.
So definitely, I mean, a lot more options now versus, like, even when we were growing up, or like, 10, 15, 20 years ago or more, where people didn't have that, social media, the way to connect a lot of people. Like, I mean, pre-YouTube days, even when my mom and I were collecting dolls, like, I just knew my mom collected dolls, my mom's friend collected dolls, and, like, a couple, and we did, and that was like, like, I was like, I figure I'm like, oh, I just like buying toys. I never thought of it as, like, a whole community. And now with the power of social media and with the power of YouTube and the internet and everything else, it makes it so much more easy to be accepted, and be accepted within yourself too. Because I feel like it's not just about, like, having other people be, like, into it, it's just about accepting yourself for it too. So, I mean, even if, like, anyone in your town or anyone that's around you, or, like, who are your friends who aren't accepting you, honestly, at the end of the day, if they don't, kind of who cares? Like, I mean, if you like it, rock it. Like, that's how I feel like about it, whether it's toys, clothes, hair, anything. It's like, if you like it, rock it, and that's all that matters.
And that's honestly what, like she said, confidence is what sells it. Like, at work, I always have bows in my hair, some sort of crazy accessory that maybe is not age appropriate, but nobody ever goes, that looks ridiculous, Robin, because I wear it with pride. This is me.
Yeah, and I agree. Same way with me too.
Yeah.
And nobody
is ever. Maybe some people will be like, But usually it's not like, that's interesting, and they usually say a compliment.
Yeah, no, I think I get the common thing too sometimes, you know. I mean, after people are kind of like their initial, like,
Yeah.
like their shield is like, you know, up or whatever, they're kind of like, huh? And then afterwards they're like, okay, well, if you're into it, awesome, you know, and they kind of just go with it. So, I mean, I hope that kind of helps you out a little bit in response to one of our viewers. Again, if you guys have more ideas, I do write all of them down. Again, we're trying to make this a weekly show. It's just like it's been a little hectic with all the traveling and stuff. But we are planning on doing at least one doll chat a week. And like I said, let us know if you guys there's something that you guys really want us to talk about, or if you have questions on it or anything. I'll be more than happy to respond to you guys as well. So thank you for watching. As always, check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like that. And then subscribe so you guys can watch more doll chats and
We're
reviews.
full of information.
And a bunch of other stuff about toys, because that's what we like. And again, if you like it, rock it. Word of the day. Thanks for watching, you guys.